Okay, so today our goal is to learn how to use the sort function and the sort rows function. Um, so the first thing we'll talk about is obviously sort rows function. The general format for that is you have the variable name on the left hand side is assigned the sort function, and inside the sort function you write the matrix name first. So you'll put whatever matrix you have. Comma, 1 or 2. You would put 1 if you want to sort the entire matrix um, based on columns. So I mean, if you want to sort columns of your matrix, you would put 1. If you want to sort rows going across from left to right, if you want to sort those, you'll put 2. Then you'll put inside strings, so you single quotes. You'll either put ascend or descend. If you want to put them in ascending order, you would put ascend. If you want to put them in descending order, you would put descend. And that's basically all you need to know for the sort function. We'll talk about sort rows function in a minute, but we should do a few example problems, or I guess few examples of sort function. So here we have a matrix A. This is the same matrix we've been using for the last 2 or 3 videos. So the first thing we'll do is, let's say we'll sort matrix A based on column 3 in ascending order. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So the first thing, once again, is variable name on the left hand side, but I'm going to skip that and I'm just going to use the function right away. So inside the sort function, the first thing you put is a matrix name. Here we're told that it's matrix A. We want to sort columns, not column 3. Here we want to sort this matrix based on its columns. So it will put 1, and then we want to put it in ascending order. So we'll put ascend. And when you run it, you see that since we want a column, so we'll be looking down like that. So 2, 3, 5, 7. This is in ascending order, so it's basically increasing order. 3, 4, 5, 5. That's good. 1, 6, 7, 9. That's good. 1, 2, 8, 8. That's good. 2, 3, 6, 9, and that's good. So that's how you would put columns in ascending order. Now we'll put for another example, we'll organize a matrix based on its rows in descending order. So we'll put sort once again, and inside the sort function, the first thing you put is the matrix name. So we'll put A. Since this is based on rows, we'll put 2. And descending order, so we'll put descend. And when we run this, we'll be looking at rows, so we'll be looking going across in descending order. So 9, 8, 7, 5, 2, okay, that's good. 9, 8, 7, 4, 3, that sounds good. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so they're all in decreasing order and they're going across, which is what we wanted. So that's basically how complicated sort function gets. It's not too complicated. So let's talk about sort rows function, because that's the one that's I think it's kind of complicated to explain. But once you, if you see what I'm talking about, it's one of the easiest functions to use. So for the sort rows function, you have a general format where you have the variable name on the left hand side is assigned sort rows function, and inside the function, the first thing you put is the matrix name, then you put a comma, and then the column number. Now, here's where things get a bit weird, and it's just something you should, I guess you can just remember. If you put a positive value for column number, it means you're telling it to sort all the rows based on that column in ascending order. If you put a negative column number, that just means descending order. So positive is ascending, negative number is descending. So that's just something worth remembering. Um, so let's do an example with it, because that way I'll be able to explain better. So we'll do sort rows excuse me, use sort rows function to rearrange rows of matrix A based on column 3 in ascending order. So now the key information from this is to take that you need to look at is the matrix name A, column 3. So we'll put 3 in ascending order. So ascending is positive, like I said. So this is all you need to do. Sort rows function, and inside that it will put A, and then the column number 3, and then ascending order, so positive 3. You don't need to put I don't think you can put a plus sign in front of it. Just put a regular 3. If it's descending, then just throw a negative sign in front of it. So now what this function does is it will look at column 3. So it will look at 7, 9, 1, 6, and then we want to order this entire matrix in ascending order based on that column. So we'll put 1, 6, 7, 9, which is this column right here, with this third column in matrix A. We'll organize it in ascending order, and then it will take their entire rows and move them up or down. So you see that this one is up here, and it moved the entire row up. So this row right here got moved up to this location right here. So the first row, and then all these columns. So it's 1 by n up here. And then the second thing in this column should be a 6, because that's the second highest value in this column. So we'll take this entire row and put it right after that. So 1, 6. So we'll move this entire row to the second row, and then after 6, the highest number is 7. I mean, not the next higher number is 7. So we'll take this entire row and move it after this row. So we'll move it right here. And then after that, the only one that's left, and the next higher one is 9. And it will move that right below 7, or this row, move it right below the row that has 7. So it doesn't change anything else. It just changes the position of entire rows based on that one column. So let's do one more example with this, since this is kind of confusing for me to explain as well a bit. So we're going to rearrange rows of matrix A based on column. We'll make it based on column 1 this time, I guess. Let's do column 1 in descending order. So before we actually type the code, let's look at this matrix right here and see what should happen. So we're looking at column 1, and we're talking about descending order. So for the new matrix, we know that since in this column 7 is the highest number, this should be our first row. Then 5 is the second highest, so we know that this should be our second row. Then we know that 3 is the next highest. I've been saying highest, I meant lowest. 7 is the highest, so it will be the first row. 5 is the next highest, or I guess next. Well, it's lower than that, but it's the highest number in this next highest number in this column. So you'll put this as your second row, and then you have this as your third row, and then finally this one as your last row, because it's in descending order once again. So we'll take look at this column, look at the highest value, and then we'll go down from there, and then we'll organize everything else based on that. So let's do it. Sort rows, and inside the function we'll put 1 and A, and then 1. Since this is descending order, I'll put a negative in front of the 1 right here. So you'll put -1 because it's descending order. And you see that this is the first row. This is the second row, like I said. This is the third row. And this is the last row. I guess we have time to do one more example. Or yeah, whatever, we'll do one more example. Sort rows function to rearrange rows. I don't want to type all of this. We'll just rearrange the last column, and then be good with that. So sort rows A, and we'll put it in descending order again. So this should be the first row, since this is descending. So highest values first, and then the next low highest, and the next highest, and the next highest. So this should be the first row. This should be the second row. This should be the third row, and this should be the fourth row, because 9 is higher than 6, which is higher than 3, which is higher than 2. So first, second, third, and fourth. So sort rows A, comma, negative. This is the fifth column, so -5. So this is all you need to look. If you want to think about it, just think about it. Go to that column, arrange it in descending order in your head. So 9, 6, 3, and 2, and then move all the other columns or the other values with the number. So that's all it does. So I know this was confusing. So if you have any questions, let me know. And then just leave a comment. Thank you for watching.